Okay, so if you're a local business owner, I bet you've felt this. Getting customers to find you online is just getting tougher and tougher, right? What worked last year, maybe even last month, just isn't cutting it anymore. Today, we're going to unpack exactly why that is, and more importantly, how you can win at local search in 2026. The game has changed, so let's get you the new rulebook.
Is the question, isn't it? The big, frustrating question that keeps so many small business owners up at night. Why can't people find me on Google? You know you've built a fantastic business. You give amazing service, but online, it's like you're invisible. If that feels familiar, trust me, you are not alone. And look, here's why that invisibility is just so painful. Recent surveys show that nearly 9 out of 10 people use Google to find local businesses. Let that sink in. That's not just a majority, that's pretty much everybody. If you're not showing up on Google, you are missing out on almost all of your potential new customers. It's really that simple.
So if you're feeling like the old playbook just isn't working anymore, well, you're right. It's not you, I promise. It's the game itself. The rules have been totally rewritten, and we're going to walk you through what's changed.
And we're not talking about little tweaks here and there. As the folks at Sprout Media Lab point out, what Google rolled out last year were some of the most massive, fundamental updates we have seen in a long time. And local businesses are right in the middle of that turbulence.
So, here is the single biggest change you need to understand. We've gone from the world of a simple list of blue links to a world of AI-generated summaries. For years, the whole goal was to be that #1 link. But now, when someone searches best plumber near me, Google's AI might just write a little paragraph at the very top of the page that says, "For leaky faucets, people really love Bob's Plumbing," pulling that info from reviews. And if that happens, it doesn't even matter if your business is ranked #1 in the links below it. The customer already has their answer. The game is completely different.
All of this, it creates this environment that feels super volatile, right? Your rankings might be up one day, down the next. Your traffic might be all over the place. It can feel really chaotic. And that's because of all these constant algorithm updates, the AI getting woven into everything, and just flat out more competition than ever before. But here's the key, don't panic. The businesses that are going to thrive are the ones that stay consistent with the fundamentals.
All right, enough about the problem. Let's talk solutions. I want to give you a really simple toolkit built on 3 core pillars that's going to help you build a rock-solid foundation for visibility no matter what Google throws at you.
First up, your Google Business Profile, or GBP. The easiest way to think about this is as your digital storefront on Google. And the most important thing to get right now is that this is not a set-it-and-forget-it thing anymore, not by a long shot. To even compete, your profile needs constant activity, fresh photos, regular posts, and you have to be responding to your reviews. The second pillar, and this one is so important, is your NAP. That's your name, address, and phone number. Now this sounds super basic, I know, but it is one of the most powerful signals of trust you can send to Google. When that core info is exactly the same everywhere online, Google starts to really trust that you're a legitimate, stable business. Honestly, the best way to think about this is like a digital business card. You wouldn't go around handing out 10 different business cards with slightly different addresses or phone numbers, would you? Of course not. That would be confusing. Well, the same exact rule applies online. Every single mention of your business, anywhere, needs to be a perfect match to that one official card. So how do you make sure your digital business card is perfect? Let's do a little consistency audit right now. This is a practical checkup you can do for your own business as soon as we're done here. It's a super simple 3-step process. First, just Google your business. See what's out there. You might be shocked to find old, incorrect listings on some random directory site. Second, choose one official format for everything and stick to it. Is it street or steet? Pick one. And third, if you ever make a change, you have to update it everywhere, all at once. Your website, Google, Yelp, Facebook, everywhere. That consistency is everything.
And just look at how tiny these differences can be. Is Sprout Media a different company than Sprout Media Lab? Is Street different from STI? Does it matter if the phone number has parentheses or not? To you and me, that's obviously the same thing. But to a search engine algorithm, that little difference creates doubt. And that doubt can absolutely hurt your rankings. Okay, so a perfect NAP is your foundation. But what else really moves the needle these days? Well, it's getting more reviews more often. It's responding to those reviews and using keywords related to what you do. It's uploading real, recent photos of your team, your jobs, your location. And it's making sure you're posting updates at least once a month. You've got to show Google you're active and engaged.
Now, it's not just about doing the right stuff.
It's also, and this is super important, about not doing the wrong stuff. There are rules to this game, and if you break them, Google can literally put your business in a timeout, which can be absolutely devastating for your bottom line. This is what's known in the industry as a manual action. And let me be clear, this is not just your rankings dipping. This is a real, actual penalty that Google has slapped on your website because it thinks you're trying to cheat the system. And this quote from SiteGuru, it really hits home. This is serious because it's not some machine making a mistake. It's called a manual action for a reason. A real person, an actual human being at Google looked at your website and decided you're breaking the rules. That's a much harder hole to dig out of.
So what kind of mistakes are we talking about? Well, a really common one is keyword stuffing. You know, when a plumber calls their business Dave's Best Plumbing in Raleigh instead of just Dave's Plumbing to try and trick the system. Or another big one is buying a bunch of cheap, spammy links to your website. These kinds of shortcuts might seem tempting, but believe me, they are just not worth the risk.
But here's a bit of good news. Even if this happens, you can recover. It's a lot of work, but it is possible. The much better news, though, is that if you just focus on the fundamentals we've been talking about, being consistent, providing value, you can avoid these penalties altogether.
All right, so let's bring this all home. As we look ahead to 2026, the entire world of local search really boils down to a very simple choice for every single business owner.
I think this quote from Sprout Media Lab says it all, really. Google's evolution isn't designed to hurt you. It's designed to reward the businesses that are genuinely trying to be the most helpful, the most active, and the most trustworthy. It rewards the businesses that evolve, and it punishes the ones that stay stagnant. And that really is the question I want to leave you with. Take a hard look at your website, your Google profile, your entire online footprint. Are you actively evolving to meet these new rules? Or are you just kind of stagnant, hoping that the old way of doing things still works? The answer to that question will probably determine your success for years to come.